There's a meeting in my bed, in my bed. Be wise and fearless, don't be stupid and careless. No fast and them fruitful when them beerless. No fat shot about them kind when them shameless. Them love the crack bone and tear flesh. Politician left the youth them in a beer rest. They're not helping the people who face their stress. Them still telling lies about them trying their best.
Welcome YouTube, it's A-Maverick and you tune in to Spiritual. No, this is why you really have a saying that says you really not too quick to judge what I'm talking about here. No, I ran across this interview with Rotimi. Who don't know who this is? You might have heard the snippet of the song or a snippet of his song before or during my intro. You might have known I'm just here to touch, or you might know there's a meeting in my bed. These are smash hit songs from him. But I ran across this interview, right? And I wouldn't have known how spiritual this artist is or was if I never ran across this video. And he dropped a lot of spiritual insights and express how even the industry, the music industry, propels its agenda or perpetuates its agenda subtly, right? From the constantly putting forth the sex culture to the demonic culture, how they go about it, right? So he drops a lot of spiritual insights on this interview, and I just want you to take it in or take part of this interview in and listen, because these are things that I would normally share to persons, but hey, I'm not a part of the industry, so what do I know? So it's best when it comes from persons who are within the industry. Listen.
Behavior changes. If the woman's gone, my behavior changes.
Right.
It has nothing to do with the woman. Or the woman's coming into my kingdom and how I operate.
Absolutely.
And that's what you stand on.
Yeah.
So that's a very big difference. And until a man is able to really get that level, get that standard in his life,
absolutely,
and get aligned in that way, you know, his, like you said, morals, they'll always shake.
They always shake.
And they'll be, you know, you'll be persuaded.
Yeah.
You'll be able to be persuaded and talked out of doing whatever it is you're doing.
You can justify principles. You know what I'm saying? You can justify, like, yeah, your principles are different from mine. Your principles are different. Everybody's principles are different. But then in terms of, I keep bringing this word up, kingdom, there's only one way to be. You know what I'm saying? And so for me, I stopped thinking of fear of God, of like, dang, I'm scared of God. No, I was like, fear of God to me means the fear of not having him, yo.
Right.
That, like, the fear of not having him, that scares me, because I felt that for so long. I'll make certain, you know, decisions that pull me away for 3-4 days, and I'm like, damn, I feel depleted, yo. Like, and then it's hard to get back into the Bible and reading it and, you know, listening to things. Mm-hmm. I hate that feeling. So like I'm like, this dog, I'm just gonna rock with you. You know what I mean? So
that's the only way.
There you have it. I want to ask this too, because we talked about this a little bit before the show.
Yeah.
I want to know how this works, man, because even when I'm thinking about you being a kingdom man in this, you know, in the entertainment industry, that seems difficult, you know. And you told me prior, you know, your wife walked away from this space. She was one of the biggest artists in her own lane, in her own right, and she walked away. What exactly was the reason she walked away?
Well, she was, okay, so being an African woman and being a successful artist in Africa is like a crazy duality, because in the African culture, women don't really, especially in East Africa, women don't really have a voice too much, right? And so when you're powerful and more powerful than certain men, it can kind of make it be like, if you don't go with anything that they say, she's this, she's that, she's that, she's da 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 da. So, and she didn't sacrifice herself with witchcraft,
right?
And for real, like
right.
She's been approached to elevate to the next level.
Oh, that's a real thing.
Oh, that's a real thing, bro. That's a real, like, witchcraft, voodoo, juju, all of that is a real thing.
To get to the next level in career.
Absolutely.
Wow.
Absolutely. Yes.
Wow.
It's a real thing. So she's been presented opportunities like, hey, this is what we do. This is how we move. This is the things that you have to do to get to this level by top execs. And she was like, I'm not with it. And then also she wasn't going to sleep her way to the top. So then it caused her, and she didn't have management really for real. So like, she's successful. She's doing all these things. And she's to the point where it's like, I'm drunk, man. I got a drink to get out my head and just find peace. And that with liquor brought depression. So at that point, she was like, this is not me. I love the music, but I hate the business. And she just was like, I can't do it anymore. So that was how she kind of let it go. But yeah, witchcraft, warlocks and voodoo, juju, black magic, all of that is hyper real. That's what made me even believe more in God.
Right. It's so crazy because you get desensitized to it.
Yeah.
Because you will see like the interviews and there's people telling the stories.
But that's what they want you to do, though.
Right.
Yeah, that's the mission. Like the devil, the enemy can't lie to you for real. He got to tell you what it is and you choose to believe it or not. You know what I mean? Like, hey, this person drinks goat blood. Yeah. But I told you that it did. And it's not hiding it. It's just, you just desensitized to it that, no, this is a real thing. You know what I mean? So that's just the ways of the devil.
Has it, you still in the industry, so has that caused any friction at all in your, how have you both been able to manage still being able to, be in the entertainment industry and still standing on what you're standing on?
I just do the work, bro. You know what I mean? There's no gimmicks. I don't do things for likes. I do it because this is my purpose. You know what I mean? So like, she knows who I am, so she knows she has nothing to really worry about. So also she knows she has nothing to worry about, but then she also knows that that how the industry is like. So she knows, oh, he's gonna be working long hours. He's got to go on tour. She did all these things at a high level herself. So she's just like my vessel to help me with that,
Yeah.
So, and then she takes care of our kids. She got her own businesses, so like it's a partnership that is just very unique, and I'm grateful for it. But yeah, I mean, for me, bro, like I go to work, I'm not distracted. I love my supporters. We chose not to play the game of just, yo, what are we gonna do for clickbait? That's where it goes left. And so it's like, I know that I could slap a girl on the butt and be like, yeah, this is nice, da 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 da, and then grind on her, and then it's gonna go on Shade Room.
Right.
I know I can do that. Then whatever song I'm promoting at that time is going #1. I know my tour gonna sell out, but I'm not a gimmick. I don't believe in those things. And I gotta answer to somebody higher than that. Like, yo, bro, like, what are you doing? And so. Yeah, so again, we realized with that mindset that, yo, let's build situations like this. Like, for example, focus on the tour, focus on the people that genuinely love you, focus on the ability to captivate everyone that gets your message, and stop chasing things. I surrendered to that. You know what I'm saying? Like, I surrendered to that. So now, but in doing that, I realized how many artists can go on a 30-city tour.
Right.
How many artists can do that? Not a lot of artists can do that. And so when I realized, like, I say this, bro, the biggest thing between a goat and a sheep, I stopped trying to chase being a goat. A goat, if you look at a goat's ears are down, that means you don't listen. But a sheep is ready to listen, and their ears is perky, and they listen to the voice. I'd rather be a sheep, you know what I mean? I'd rather be a servant, you know what I mean? And then work that path. The goat, it ain't it, man. It ain't it. That's something else that they put in your head to think it's something else, and it ain't what it is. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I'd rather be a shepherd. You know what I mean? And if you look, I don't know if y'all do that, but look at a picture of a goat and look at a picture of the sheep. A sheep is ready to listen at any time. So that's what I changed, and everything just started opening up.
That's dope.
Did you? Was there any opportunities you had to turn down at this point in your career? Like, because obviously she was, in the industry on another continent doing business. Is it the same here in the States that you see a lot of those same practices and same things being presented for people to rise in their career?
Well, here, back home is very straightforward. Like this is what we do. Hey, this is what we do. Here, it's, you get what I'm saying?
Oh, okay, because it's Africa.
It's Africa. So it's like, look,
you already exposed to this.
This is what we do.
Wow.
This is how we go about it. This is the warlock that we talk to. This is the village we go to.
Right.
So you want to do it, you do it.
Standard.
Here, yeah. Here, and that's not everybody, but like if it is,
I get what you're saying.
Yeah, I get it.
But in terms of here, they mask it in different ways, man. Like, sex is in your face every day. Lust is in your face every day. Things that make you question your morals every day. Being a part of perpetuating gossip is every day. So like you're consumed by it. Like, so you got to choose not to do it. You know what I mean? So that's, for me, I was like, okay, this is clever. It's the industry. It's a clever way to get you to do certain things.
Right.
I got to do that to be. It's the same thing. Oh, so this person did that to get there. I got to do that to get there. Oh, I'll do that. It's the same thing.
Yo, you know what?
That's
you know what that makes me think of?
What?
When I see these award shows and these ladies pulling up, and it seems like the standard of being on these red carpets.
Oh, I know what you're talking about.
It seems like you got to be naked now.
Yeah.
That's like the trend. That's the current trend right now.
It's a trend right now. It's like the see-through clothing.
Yeah.
I gotta dress. The more, it's like the scantily clad ain't even enough. You damn near got to be naked now.
Absolutely.
To be in front of the world.
Yeah. And
this is now because it's almost getting normalized to see these women be naked in front of us.
Yeah.
It really blows my mind.
Yeah.
That it's like this is what you got to do.
That's the agenda.
Is that okay? So that's
intentional.
Some group.
Yeah.
Is pretty much passing these messages down
Absolutely.
to the management and the artists. And
absolutely, you got to go with it. This is what's hot. First of all, they funnel millions of dollars to put this in your face and make you think whatever you're watching is your choice. No, they put $2 million in an artist. They put $2 million in there saying, she's going to run the blog, he's going to run this, he's going to run this, he's going to run the playlist, he's going to run the music, and he's going to run TikTok. We're going to put $100,000 into TikTok. We're going to spend $200 per TikTok influencer, put $100,000, that's 50,000 influencers doing whatever, and it's hot.
Wow.
That's everything is agenda, everything. So when you can do things off the merit of just being solid, standing on your morals, standing on who you are, that's why I take pride in saying, yo, we still got a 30-city tour. We still got UK tour, Europe tour after this. So like all of these things, because we're doing it the right way without sacrificing anything, and we're not competing with the dollars that they have to basically do this agenda. Like everything now is clout over quality. You get what I'm saying? And so I rather side with the quality side, because clout is for 2 seconds. What happens when they stop spending money on you? What happens when they say, you know what? Yeah, 3 weeks is here. You know what? I like that she said this about men. Let's put money around her. This is all they do, bro.
Right.
This is all they do, bro. So like you got to fight through that. But I always say we got Holy Spirit PR over here. Yeah.
I'm spiritual. Be spiritual. Until next time.